So if I were walking into a Chanel boutique with a budget and I could only walk away with one bag, these are some of the bags I would choose. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're not. In today's video, we're going to talk about my luxury wish list. And we're not just talking about all luxury items, but particularly my luxury handbag wish list. If you know me and have been following some of my content over the last several weeks, you know my obsession for the Matthew Blazy Chanel is real. So today's video, I will forewarn you, is going to be focused on Matthew Blazy's Chanel and some of the items that I've been eyeing with their latest drop, some of which I really hope to get and secure when I'm away in Italy. If you don't already subscribe to my channel, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to give this video a hype as well if you have that option. All of your support is so appreciated, and give me a follow on Instagram as well where I post daily. Before we dive in though, I wanted to share some of my latest obsessions, and you know that I am somewhat cautious about my spending depending on what it is I'm looking at. With my luxury handbag obsession, of course, I tend to cut back on some other areas when needed. Enter Dossier. Dossier fragrances are my latest obsession. Why? Because they are all inspired by high-end luxury designer fragrances that cost hundreds of dollars, but at a fraction of the cost. I don't want to sound gimmicky or super commercial, like I'm not trying to sell you anything you don't need, but I did want to just mention that a portion of today's video is sponsored by Dossier fragrances, and for good reason. I have been obsessed with Dossier for quite some time now. I wear their woody sandalwood, I believe it's the woody sandalwood, on a daily basis because it is inspired by Le Labo Santal 33, which I recently just ran out of. I got it last year for my birthday and it was such a favorite that unfortunately I wore it all up, but I'm not ready to splurge on a brand new bottle just yet. For $49, I'm still able to carry my favorite signature scent without having to spend so much money. Here with me today, I have a couple of new fragrances I wanted to unbox and give a try with you. This one is Lost Americana, and I will flash up on the screen which one they are each inspired by so you know. And I also have the Ambery Jasmine, which this one says right on the box is inspired by Valentino's Donna Born in Roma. I also have Eternal Bloom from the Floral Euphoria collection, and Fruity Vanilla inspired by Burberry's Goddess. Now, while we unbox these, I did want to also mention with Father's Day coming up, these make an excellent Father's Day gift, and like I said, a fraction of the cost. They make wonderful gifts for friends, loved ones, anyone who loves to smell good but doesn't necessarily want to splurge on the designer price. So first and foremost, we have Eternal Bloom. This one is the Floral Euphoria collection. Oh my God, this smells amazing. I actually got this for a friend of mine and I might actually be inspired to get one for myself. Oh my gosh, this smells amazing. Oh, it's a beautiful, light, airy, summery scent. It just smells so good. I'm absolutely obsessed. This is the Eternal Bloom. These are all crafted and created for you in France. They are non-toxic and cruelty-free. The scent and the quality of the scent is just so good. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I wouldn't be gifting this to my friends if I didn't agree. Even though these items are gifted to me, I would absolutely spend my own hard-earned money. Now let's try Lost Americana. And these are great for travel, for your everyday, if you're running errands, picking up kids from school, drop off, and you don't want to spend and waste your expensive spritzes from your designer item. You can use these because they're inspired by the real deal. It says, feel the warmth of late night indulgence with earthy, spicy, and rich decadent notes, and it absolutely describes the scent so well. It's absolutely earthy and rich and decadent. It has a little like hint of masculinity, like a leathery kind of smell. Oh, so good. Just such a sexy scent. Oh, I'm obsessed. They all come in this beautiful gift box, so you don't have to worry about gifting something that doesn't look its absolute best. And they each come with this little card that talks a little bit about the fragrance, what it's inspired by, the notes, and more. Here's a close-up of that card. I think my friends are gonna love these. They're so great. Valentino's Donna Born in Roma. Ambery Jasmine. Oh, another beautiful scent. Oh my gosh, just so good. Look at the bottle too. It's like so pretty. So clean, so well packaged, and it even says crafted in France for you. I'm gonna hold off on unboxing the last one because I might consider actually keeping it for myself. They smell so, so good. I'm gonna have to place another order because these are just too good to pass up. And again, with your upcoming travels and trips, maybe you don't wanna splurge and spend on your designer expensive version because you're worried it might get lost, it might break, you might forget it in your hotel. So this is a great, great option to have. Perfect travel gifts, perfect to keep in your car, perfect for on-the-go runs. Don't sleep on Dossier. They are a fantastic product and company. I can't say enough good things about them. So I'll have my favorites linked down below, but let's get into today's vlog because I think that's what you guys are all waiting for and you want to hear what some of my wish list items are. So we're going to make this into a little bit of the best Chanel bags to buy in 2026 because these are basically on my wish list. If you haven't already seen, I did recently score the Matthew Blazy Suede Beige Maxi Flap. I want to say back in April or May. I could not be more in love with that bag. I actually wore it into the city recently. It's such a slouchy, comfortable, practical bag. It can fit everything, including my camera, my wallet, my essentials, and I don't have to worry about not having enough real estate or space inside my bags. Enter Matthew Blazy's era of Chanel. We are done with the mini bags. The larger big bags are back. That's why you're gonna see how popular Matthew Blazy's Maxi Flap has become. They do have leather variations as well, which I've also been eyeing, but I have to admit that's not the number one item that's on my wish list. Stay tuned for that. So if I were walking into a Chanel boutique with a budget and I could only walk away with one bag, these are some of the bags I would choose and some of the ones that are definitely on my wish list. They feel timeless. These are the ones that are also fashionable and in style right now without having to worry about feeling trendy. The Chanel SS26 Maxi Flap is one of my favorite Chanel releases in years. I do love the original classic flap, but there's something that's casual and more relevant. You can see on the runway, one of the entering models is seen wearing the suede version and she's on the subway platform. So it can't get more practical, down to earth, and realistic than that. And I think fashion, I've mentioned this in other videos, is moving away from the unrealistic and moving more towards practicality. People are tired of spending money every season buying the new it bag, chasing the latest trend. We want something that's going to stick with us for many years to come. The Maxi Flap does just that. It is a somewhat variation of the original Chanel classic Maxi Flap, which I did own and eventually let go. I remember purchasing that bag in store for $5,000 retail price. This was back in 2018, 2019. I ended up letting go of that bag a few years later and was able to make my money back, so I didn't take a loss. This bag feels very well done and sophisticated without feeling overdone. It's an absolute buy. The next bag that's on my list, which has a couple of variations that I'm very into, is the Chanel bowling bag. There's just something about this bag that's so fun, and bowling bags have been in style for quite some time. We've seen variations from the Row, YSL, and otherwise, including Miu Miu, but now Chanel's variation enters and oh my gosh, they just did it so well. They got it right. It's less structured. It's got an east-west silhouette. It's somewhat more casual and undone, but it's got that beautiful Chanel detail without being overly done. The bowling bag for me checks every single box. I think I'm gonna opt for it in the black leather variation. Then you have the Chanel shopping bags in any size, to be honest with you, and the same goes for the bowling bag. I would say any size, but the Chanel shopping bag has been so popular and in style as well. It's very hard to get your hands on one. They are difficult to find, but gosh, they are beautiful. They're practical, they're versatile, and they're in style without being too much. And these feel incredibly current. Definitely buy. The next one is the Chanel mini shopping bag. And I know I mentioned several variations of the shopping bag, but we have to focus a little bit more on the mini. We have to give it the attention that it deserves. Cute, practical, mini without being crazy tiny, easy to wear. This is one of the Chanel bags that I can see having real longevity. Then of course the Chanel clutch with chain. If you are looking for a clutch and in need of one or a little menage, this one is absolutely beautiful. It's so well done and so gorgeous. One of the smartest pieces in Chanel's lineup. You get elegance, versatility, and day to night wearability. Absolute buy. Then of course the Chanel mini flap with top handle. I would absolutely buy this bag. Feels feminine, chic, and classic without feeling dated. It's definitely a refreshed version of the original mini flap. Now we're gonna get a little more focused in the Chanel clutches, starting with the Chanel clutch, and these bags are so underrated. Chanel clutches are one of the most underrated categories in Chanel, in my opinion. The walk was definitely one that had its claim to fame and definitely rose in popularity. At one point, they were so hard to find. But clutches, Chanel clutches in general, they just do them so well. If you already own the shoulder bags and you don't need another one, this is a great addition to your collection. Now, these are some of the ones I would pass on or maybe think twice. The Chanel 19, and yes, I own the Chanel 19. It's right here. I do love this bag. The minute that I reach for it and grab it and hold it in my hand, I do love it. I just don't reach for it as much just because I feel like this style is not resonating with today. It's not very in style right now and at the moment. I've debated letting this bag go, but I just don't have it in me yet. Maybe, we'll see. You're not really seeing it being worn on the streets very often. It's not really a refreshed version of today. I'll be interested in seeing if Matthew Blazy does refresh this version in a different way. So this one is a maybe, but before this one, I would definitely buy the new Chanel Spring Summer 26 Maxi Flap or their bowling bag or their shopping tote. The next one, unfortunately, is the Chanel Small Preppy Flap, and I know this one was really popular with some of you. To me, it just screams trendy. The straps are impractical. It's too small. It doesn't really fit my daily essentials. It's adorable, don't get me wrong, and it photographs well. I'm just not sure it's very comfortable or practical to wear. The straps seem very thin. I worry about quality over time. I'm just not convinced it's a forever Chanel icon, but challenge me if you will. That for me is a maybe, possibly a no. The Chanel Large East-West Bowling Bag, maybe. I don't hate it, but it's a maybe. East-West bags are having a major moment, but eventually I feel like the style will die out. Then you have the Chanel Maxi Bowling Bag. I don't hate it. I do love the bowling bags in general in any size, but the Maxi, I worry about how long that will be relevant and if it'll still be in style in 10 years. I love the shape. I love the trend. It's just slightly more fashion forward than timeless. So that for me is a maybe. Here are the ones I would skip entirely. Don't waste your money on them. The 2.55. Unfortunately, it's just not worth the money. I respect the history. I understand why people love it. I know this will be controversial, but if I were spending money on Chanel in 2026, I would personally opt for one of the other options I listed today. It just feels more heritage luxury than current luxury. Then you have the Chanel Messenger bag. For the price point, I just feel like Chanel has more exciting options. This one just doesn't do it for me. So the verdict, skip. The next one is the Chanel Small Egg Menagerie. Now, I kind of loved this when I first saw it on the runway, but for me, it stays there. It's adorable, it's collectible, it's fun, but Chanel money is serious money, and I'd rather spend something that's more versatile. So this for me is a skip. Now, let's do a quick recap. These are the ones I would absolutely buy in 2026 if I had the option of buying one Chanel bag. The Chanel Spring Summer 26 Maxi Flap, the Chanel Bowling Bag in the smaller sizes, the Chanel Shopping Bag, the Chanel Mini Shopping Bag, the Chanel Clutch with Chain, the Chanel Mini Flap with Top Handle, and the Chanel Clutch. The maybes are the Chanel 19, the Chanel Small Preppy Flap if you really think it's going to remain relevant, the Chanel Large East-West Bowling Bag, and the Chanel Maxi Bowling Bag. The ones I would skip entirely are the 2.55, the Messenger bag, and the Small Egg Menagerie. Now, at the end of the day, the best Chanel bag is the one that you will actually love and wear. But if I were shopping in Chanel in 2026, these are the styles that I would prioritize. Buy what you love. I say that all the time. It doesn't matter what other people think. If you love it, go for it. But I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section down below. Let me know which ones you agree or disagree with and why. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and give me a follow on Instagram as well, where I post daily. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.